Hi, I'm Arif Mohammed from CIO magazine, and I am here today with Ray McGrawty from Polycom and Jim Barrett from Dimension Data. We're talking about unified communications and how it benefits the digital economy. So Jim, why is it a good thing to extend unified communications into the supply chain?
Thanks, Arif. Well, myself and Ray have been working with a number of our key customers for several years now. Dimension Data and Polycom are strategic leaders in the delivery of solutions around unified communications. Through that engagement with our key customers, it's allowed us to develop some intelligence, and as part of that intelligence, actually develop a range of reporting. And some of the feedback from that reporting is that previously unified communications was seen as strategically important to improve business productivity and outcomes. However, the adoption level had been roughly in the area of about 60% from an internal perspective. So that's unacceptable to business and IT executives. And as they now move into looking for the benefits from the digital economy, they actually want to see unified communications being an enabler within that supply chain. And one of the areas and one of the challenges they're now putting forward to technology and partner suppliers is how can we move unified communications into that supply chain and make the supply chain a fundamental element of the digital workspace. And that digital workspace is very much now around how we can deliver visual communications from the boardroom, the meeting room, and into the living room and living space of those consumers.
Brilliant. I'd like to bring Ray in here and ask what tools can you give CIOs in the market to enable them to provide the right solutions for their workforce?
So I think there's a number of elements to bring out around unified communications. The first, I think, is the presence engine. So how do I declare myself available for collaboration with my colleagues, with my partners in the supply chain, with my customers even. The second element then is instant messaging. So to get into a sort of a highly interactive communication with people based on text, the youngsters probably do like the sort of the thumb-based communication, if you like. So text-based communications when you think that the communication is going to be relatively short in duration, but to have the same tool escalate that conversation into voice conferencing, and then of course the sort of pinnacle of naturalness, video communications. And there's some great sort of psychological research around video communications and the power of communications when you build in a visual element. The fact that we're doing a video here today, when I guess you could have just written my words on your website. Hopefully this will be a little bit more impactful than just the words are powerful. The key then with video communications is to give people the mechanisms to access those from whatever device they wish to choose, be it their smartphone, their mobile tablet, their desktop, huddle spaces in the corner of the office, into the sort of the meeting rooms, the boardrooms, immersive telepresence suites and the like. And then the key is that it has to be easy to use, and all of this stuff needs to work together. It's those sort of considerations that will allow usage and adoption to flourish, but they're not the only considerations for usage and adoption. I think it's worthwhile having a conversation about that too.
So yeah, so on the point of usage and adoption, what can CIOs do to improve those?
Yeah, and just building on some of the excellent points that Ray has mentioned there, actually unified communications shouldn't be about a technology outcome. It should be about a user outcome. And for a majority of organisations now, they're moving into the area of user-centric computing. As Ray quite rightly talked about, the importance of user-centric computing ranges from the devices you use, the operating systems you use, all the way through to what that means in your ways of working. So Dimension Data, again working closely with Polycom in relation to this specific area, specifically around visual communications, see adoption as a programme. And again, that programme involves a number of different stakeholders. It needs to involve individuals at an executive level, both in a business and IT context, but most importantly, it has to have the right types of objectives to ensure that the unified communications platform, again, going back to the previous statement, is part of the supply chain, because that is the objective here. the objective here is to ensure that we are supporting our key customers and users around speed to market, and the importance of adoption and the programs that support that adoption are fundamental and should be front and centre.
So at the end of the day, what does this all mean for the CIO? Ray and then Jim, please.
So I think there are many benefits. One I'll bring out is the time to market advantage. Certainly engaging with your supply chain. On average, the statistics that we've measured suggests a 24% decrease in time to market. One of our Polycom customers involved in the fashion trade works with their supply chain in the Far East as the provider of their garments. They have found significant reductions in time to market, which is great for them because a 1-day delay in their time to market can make the difference between them having to offer huge discounts to their customers or not. So there's a significant margin advantage in achieving their time to market objectives.
Great.
And just building on Ray's statements there, I think what's fundamental as a first practical step is that the user experience is placed at the heart of that decision. And then thereafter, the natural programs of reviewing the service, the cost of the service, the strategic relevance will fold into that. But ultimately, this should be an aspiration. This should be about embracing the benefits of the digital workspace and ensuring that unified comms, visual communications is the heart of the supply chain.
Thank you so much for your time, Ray.
Pleasure.
And Jim. You've been watching a CIO video on unified communications with Polycom and Dimension Data.